Hey, this is Politics with Laura, and ooh, 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 I got a good one for you. Look, you got to watch through this. Okay, Hunter and Joe Biden are up to their eyeballs in corruption. Now, I know I'm late presenting this. I just want to make sure more information came out before I brought it to you. So, whoa, look, Democrats, if you get to the point, and don't be offended, please don't, because I was a Democrat until my eyes start opening up. Because I used to only follow the person and I would hold on to that person because I have invested time and energy and arguments and in your face stuff. I had to hold on to that. I wasn't letting that go because no independent or Republican was going to tell me I was wrong. So I get it. I truly do. But right now is not the time to hold on to that. You got to see the people for who they are, for who they are. They are corrupt. They sold us out. But what's going on in the ukulele country and Russian waters? They're fighting. And it would not surprise me at all, which, if you look at some of my previous videos I did about 6 months ago, I linked all that together to where Joe Biden is up to his eyeballs in the war that's going on between the ukulele and the Russian waters. And then it's easy to say, Putin, you're bad. You're bad, boo. It's easy to say that when the manipulation was caused by the United States slash NATO, and then give Zelensky and his oligarchs, I keep on talking about Igor Kolomoisky, just his last name. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a little immature moment. But a lot of those oligarchs had a lot to do with Zelensky getting in. He made a bag too. So Biden is up to his eyeballs in it. The Democratic Party, along with the criminals in action, you know who that is. Yeah. So the House has proof, the Ways and Means Committee has proof, and we're going to look at it. Please stay till the end. Please, it's very, very important because we can't run around and just keep our eyes closed to it. These whistleblowers came forth knowing. Okay, before we go any further, look, Biden and his son and Trump, along with Melania. I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it. Trump said it during the debates. He laid out everything what Biden did, and Biden just stood there like, Trump knew. Okay.
Ways and Means Committee, we voted to release over 700 pages of additional material provided to the committee by two IRS whistleblowers, Gary Shapley and Joseph Ziegler, who came forward at great risk to their careers and reputations to bring to light evidence of corruption and misconduct within our federal government. On June 22nd, the committee voted to release the initial testimony of the two IRS whistleblowers that showed wrongdoing and misconduct at both the Department of Justice and the IRS. Their testimony then also shed light on a complex and lucrative enterprise operated by the Biden family to enrich themselves to the tune of at least $20 million, with much.
Before I go any further, fair use, and I'm going to make some small interruptions because I don't want to get dinged. Because I'm getting dinged pretty good on this channel, and I'm telling the truth and I'm being censored for it and I'm losing subscribers. Please check your subscribership. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and press the bell for new updates. So do that, please. All right.
Much of Hunter Biden's share going unreported for taxes. In the months since, no one has offered any evidence that contradicts Mr. Shapley and Mr. Ziegler's testimony. In fact, much of their testimony has been supported by additional IRS witnesses who set for transcribed interviews after being subpoenaed by this committee. The new information we just voted to release today further confirms their testimony. Let's look at what the new evidence released today shows. 1, it is clear that then Vice President Joe Biden's political power and influence was, quote, the brand that Hunter Biden was selling all over the world. Even more alarming, the Biden family foreign influence peddling operation suggests an effort to sway U.S. policy decisions. From documents released just moments ago, as you can see in the WhatsApp message behind me from June 6, 2017, Hunter Biden explicitly wrote to a business associate that he was not willing to, quote, sign over my family's brand, close quote, or give this individual, quote, the keys to my family's only asset. That asset could only be one person, Joe Biden. IRS.
OMG. Wow. Hmm.
Investigators provided worksheets they compiled as part of their investigation into Hunter Biden's tax crimes, which connect his business activities to official government activity while Joe Biden served as Vice President of the United States. This is new and alarming material the committee just made public. The very existence of this file makes it abundantly clear that IRS investigators were concerned there was in fact a connection between Hunter Biden's global influence peddling, Joe Biden, and official U.S. government activity.
And look, wow, okay. Now, while he was vice president, now Obama was president, so he had 8 years of doing this. Now, I could only imagine that Obama had some idea he was doing this, and I find it quite interesting how Obama stepped back quietly. No, Obama is so quiet that you can hear a pin drop. That's how quiet he is.
One example, investigators documented how then Vice President Biden's April 2014 official visit to Ukraine occurred only days after a series of meetings between Hunter Biden, his business associate Devin Archer, senior staff within the Vice President's office, and Vice President Biden himself. We have received an email sent during that same time frame from an executive of Burisma, a Ukrainian company, to Devin Archer, saying a, quote, reasonable balance could be reached about Hunter Biden. 1 month later, Burisma announced Hunter Biden's appointment to its board. In another example from today's material, then Vice President Joe Biden hosted Hunter and 2 of his business associates, including billionaire Miguel Alemán, at the White House in February of 2014, where they had lunch, quote, in Dad's office. Just 3 months later, Hunter Biden sent an email to Devin Archer saying, quote, we need to get to Mexico City and cement the deal with Miguel. Public records show Joe Biden later used Air Force Two to shuttle Hunter and another business associate, Jeff Cooper, to Mexico City in 2016.
A lot of people owe Donald Trump and his family an apology. You do, because many people, especially Democrats, were going after Donald Trump, saying his children are corrupt, Ivanka is corrupt. They down the line, but here you have clear-cut evidence, which the House is saying that the Bidens were corrupt up to past their eyeballs. Donald Trump has deserved an apology, and his family.
These documents also underline how Hunter Biden's role as, quote, door opener extended far beyond his father and includes numerous other meetings between Hunter Biden and senior U.S. government officials, including now Secretary of State Antony Blinken. 2, the evidence today shows the complexity and scale of the Biden family influence peddling scheme. Millions of dollars were flowing through subsidiaries and LLCs to avoid taxes and shield visibility into how the money from foreign sources, including countries like Ukraine, Russia, China, went to different entities and Biden family members. The additional whistleblower documents we just released specifically mentioned 23 foreign countries on 4 different continents with connections to Hunter Biden's business operations. The map behind me shows the sheer scale and scope of this global operation. Lastly, in the whistleblower's original testimony, we learned DOJ took unprecedented action to impede any investigative step that could have led investigators to President Joe Biden. As you can see here, in this new material, the whistleblowers have provided an email in support of their earlier testimony where U.S. Attorney Leslie Wolf directs investigators to remove all mentions of, quote, political figure 1 from a search warrant. And
corruption beyond belief. Now you had the DOJ that's in this whole scheme of things to protect the Biden family. Now, I wonder, this is just what I'm wondering. Leonardo DiCaprio was up to his eyeballs in a scam. What is it called? Fame scam, to where a Chinese spy billionaire that stole billions of dollars from Malaysia, coming over to the United States and spending the money to get political favors through Leonardo DiCaprio and Michael Paz from the Fugees. I wonder if Leonardo DiCaprio has anything to do with this, because Michael Paz just went to federal prison and Leonardo DiCaprio is free. Go check out Leonardo DiCaprio again. Go get him.
who is political figure 1? I would think you would ask. That individual is none other than former Vice President Joe Biden. Here we see clear as day that the Department of Justice actively interfered in an investigation to protect the current president of the United States. Additionally, in January of 2022, Attorney Wolf declined to pursue campaign finance violations identified by investigators potentially related to more than $2 million in payments from Kevin Morris, a Democrat Party donor, to cover Hunter Biden's unpaid tax liabilities. In the documents we voted to release today, U.S. Attorney Wolf stated she, quote, is not personally interested in following the lead the investigators identified. Another piece of evidence implicating Joe Biden, and in this case, his presidential campaign, stopped dead in its tracks. In an interview with investigators, James Biden, the president's brother, stated that he did not know how Hunter Biden even knew Kevin Morris, who was paying Hunter Biden's taxes, or why Kevin Morris was helping Hunter Biden. The transcript of the interview contained in today's materials shows that James Biden told investigators Hunter Biden asked him to thank Mr. Morris for his payment, quote, on behalf of the family. It is reasonable to ask who requested that Kevin Morris cover Hunter Biden's tax liability, or whether he received something in return for his more than $2 million in payments to someone that he barely knew. Based on this evidence and much more in the documents we voted to release today, along with evidence obtained by the Judiciary Committee and the Oversight Committee, I have serious concerns about whether the President of the United States, Joe Biden, may be compromised by his son's foreign business dealings.
I'll go out on a limb. He was compromised, still is compromised. And his foreign business deals, I think Joe Biden orchestrated it, and Hunter Biden ran with it. Him being reckless, but well, he needs to be reckless. That's why he got caught. Okay.
I also have serious concerns about whether the president may be using his administration to protect himself and his family from scrutiny. The American people, they have a right to know their elected representatives are not abusing public office to enrich themselves or their families. They also have a right to know if federal law enforcement agencies are holding the powerful and the politically connected to the same standard of justice as everyone else. I will go on and say, I have no confidence in the FBI. I have no confidence in the CIA. I have no confidence in the House of Representatives or the Senate, and I have no confidence in the presidency, Joe Biden. Corrupt to the core, but I'm glad that there are some who are willing, and Republicans that are willing to go out there and to get the truth to us and to clean up this corruption and garbage and throw it away. Happy to answer your questions at the end, but I'd like to turn it over to Mr. LaHood.
Well, thank you, Chairman Smith. The information that was released today shows the web of criminality by Hunter Biden and the Biden family, and corroborates the information that we received initially from the whistleblowers. I want to make 2 points. One is, going back to early June, when the decision was made by Chairman Smith in this committee to have the whistleblowers' transcripts released. That was on June 22nd. The notice on that went out on June 19th. On June 20th, remember, a plea was announced in the Hunter Biden case and was presented to a federal judge in Delaware. Yep. I will tell you this, as a former federal prosecutor, 99% of plea agreements go through and are approved by the judge. This one was not. Judge Norica in Delaware decided to reject this plea agreement. And what is the basis for rejecting a plea agreement? It's under statute, new and compelling evidence that was revealed. That was put forth in our brief that we submitted to the court and many others. That plea agreement, which is rarely done, was rejected. And if we had not brought that forth, if Chairman Smith and this committee had not done this, Hunter Biden would have already entered that plea agreement to a misdemeanor. And so, again, the information released today continues to corroborate that information that was real. And remember, this was a federal judge that's a Title III judge, lifetime appointment, independent judge. Rejected this, which is rare and never done. Second point that I would make, look at the chronology going back to 2014. We're 9 years into this.
Okay, wow. He said something very key. I hope you paid attention to it. He said a Title III judge, independent. Congress can't touch a Title III judge. Congress can touch a Title I judge, but not a Title III judge. So, quite interesting.
Hunter Biden took over $19 million that is corroborated in the evidence released today. 20 different shell companies and LLCs that were a part of this, that the whistleblowers brought forth. The statute of limitations was allowed to be waived for taxes in 2014 and 15. I will tell you this as a federal prosecutor, criminal charges are never allowed to lapse. Statute of limitations is never allowed to be waived or to lapse. That was done in this case. Fast forward to when the whistleblowers got involved in this case. As we stand here today, we're 9 years into this, Hunter Biden has still not been charged with anything tax related. $20 million from at least 7 different countries, LLCs created in 20 different entities, and no indictment today. And what I made the point today is, by the way, that...
Okay, I'm going to let it stop there. Wow. There is so much there. Hunter Biden has been allowed to run amok in the United States, has been able to go to other countries, make deals, and put his father, the brand, and or political person number one, to give access to these big countries, companies that want special favors and to give them money. Now, I am so glad that these people step forward and put their personal careers and life on the line to stop this corruption. Now, just the fact that it went on for 9 years is outrageous. Now, Wesley Snipes was sent to jail for what, 4 years, 4 years for tax evasion when he didn't even evade taxes. Actually, the United States owed him money, but the IRS was used against Wesley Snipes as a hitman. Okay. But I'm so glad that all this stuff is coming to light. I am so glad. Now, all of this presented, and if you're still stuck on the Bidens, the Democrats, and you have too much time invested, so you're going to hold on to what you have been saying and just simply say, hey, I messed up. I didn't know. That's okay. But don't go on with this because the United States is at risk. Look at what Joe Biden allowed happen. I could only imagine the other 20 countries that he had contact with, which one of them was Mexico. I mean, come on. I don't know. This is wild. But what do you think? Please like, subscribe, and help me get to 1,000 subscribers because I'm almost there. And thank you, because you could be doing anything in the world which you are, but you're spending time here with me, and that is greatly appreciated. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by.